I'm doing AdAlchemy AI, so I'm going to paint the context behind what this is solving and then the solution itself. So as a small business, you want to generate more leads, qualified leads. The more leads you generate, the more revenue you generate. You might have the resources to hire a full-time digital marketer. So I built an AI worker that automates digital marketing for small businesses. Specifically, automates the process of setting up, running, and optimizing Google Ads. So I'm going to walk you through a demo of how the AI agent works, and yeah. So the interface of the AI agent using Discord Quad is to intervene at different points. So for example, even though the AI can research keywords and ad text to create for you, you want to intervene at some stage to ensure the keywords that are chosen align with your brand. The same goes back to the ad text itself. You want to make sure the ad text that you are pushing out for your ad aligns with your brand image. So I'm going to walk you through the design of the agent, which is how it works, and then show you how it works in actual practice, the demo itself, basically. So this should return an image, just draw a mapping on how it works. So what's happening here is you can think of your users as the different personas who interact with your brand. Like each persona has different characteristics and different pain points, different reasons why they interact with your brand. So there's multiple user personas based on what your business does. So we pass that down as a role to Claude and OpenAI, and they let me just clear enough for you to see it. They have multiple paths. Think of a path as what would you do on Google, for example, that could show some intent to interact with the product. So for example, I'm using Fractal Tech as a case study. So think about a person who, like a fintech who wants to change careers to software engineering as a user persona. So they could be researching things on forums about software engineering, about changing careers, things like that. That shows an intent to learn software engineering. So you want to find that intent basically with the paths. So it goes through multiple paths using a web automation tool, browsing Google, explore is that user multiple times. As it's doing that, it's collecting keywords and ad text that is most relevant to its search. That is stored in a database. So at this point, you can intervene. But this is more like training your employee on what you are, what your business does, who you are, and why, basically. So you have these / commands, like business, that will return what your business does, essentially. You can edit that to give it more context, to make sure the next time it runs is better context for you. The other / command is user persona. So for this particular demo, I just said one user persona. That's like a fintech who wants to change careers to software engineering. So just using that as the persona. The other command at this point is research. So research will tell you what paths the AI agents took. And again, you can edit those paths based on what you think would show strong intent to interact with your product or service, basically. And then, let's go back to the image. So after this, you have decision maker. So here, we're passing down the keywords and the ad text to another AI agent that decides which keywords to use and which ad text to use for your ad. So OpenAI is interacting with a few tools. It's interacting with the Google Ads API, which is multiple services. So first, it's interacting with the keyword planner service. The keyword planner service, it's just passing the keywords that are generated through the keyword planner and filtering for keywords that have a high search volume but low competition. Because the more competition you have, the more you pay for that particular keyword. You want to pay less for better leads, essentially. So after the filtering is done, you pass that the keywords to the keyword idea generator. So it's passing down those keywords and other ideas it generates based on the context it's accumulated from the previous search to generate more keywords. So it generates about 100 keywords at the very least. Again, it's a filtering process to ensure that the keywords actually have high search volume and low competition. And that again is stored in a database. And then at this point, you can intervene. You can think of this as training your employee to understand your brand image better. So there are two slash commands here. There's keywords. You can upvote like different keywords. So for example, say I don't want to include this keyword. I want to exclude the OpenAI keyword, for example, OpenAI competition keyword. And I don't know, this one. I'm going to submit this. It's going to update its knowledge base, basically. So the good thing about this is that when you tell it what keywords are good, the next time it generates keywords, it has the context to at least understand what keywords are better aligned with your brand. Because you want to continually generate different keywords to just tweak your ads constantly, get better returns. The other slash command is add text. So this just returns the ad text that's been generated. So I'm going to edit a few. So it tells you if the headlines and descriptions are past a certain a character limit. There's a character limit for just creating ads. They have to be a certain length. The headlines and the descriptions, that is. So I'm going to edit a few. I think you should have 6 at the minimum, just to actually create an ad. So I'm going to do that quickly. I'm going to make it short to make sure the ads actually create. This should be fine. So it's updating the ad text. That's the finalized the ones that we updated. If you try and create an ad without actually selecting your keywords, it's going to warn you about that. Basically.
So once you hit submit and then finalize it?
It's updating the ad text. It's updating the ad text in database. It's not finalizing it.
Yeah, but it says finalized. The way you get that is by clicking submit.
Yeah.
And then only the finalized ones get generated.
Exactly.
As ads.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Nice. So just quickly, I think I've got 3 ads now. Maybe we can do more.
And you said it has to do 6, or you can do less than 6?
It can be less than 6. It's more of an arbitrary number, that's it. So the reason I said 6 is because to create one ad, you have to have 3 headlines for that single ad and 2 descriptions.
I see.
That's really the only reason. So just to have multiple options to choose from to create an ad. And again, you want to add A/B test at the very least 2 ads and see how they perform. So kind of compare and contrast which variation is better. So I think this is ad number 4, and this is 5. Let's just say this enough, and
Is there a reason why it generates with length arrows through your life? Is that just valid prompt validation?
Pretty much. I think it's more of an issue. It's hard to get LLM to understand numbers. So
I have something for that, but
that'd be cool actually. That'd be cool. So I try having a helper function that it passes the text into that counts the characters in the text, and then it should only pass that step after that validation is passed. It doesn't always work as planned, so that's not a really robust solution.
I will fix that immediately once in my demo.
That'd be great. Okay, so this should be the last one. So now with 6 ads, I think the other endpoint, we must just add text and keywords for this part. Okay, so now we actually run the ad. So I'm going to show you my Google Ad test account to show there's no ads actually created. So it's clear, no ads created currently. So I'm going to check the budget, what the budget is first. So you check what the budget for a campaign is. So I set the budget at, I don't know what it was. So this is an approval I have to go through because it's a test account. So I have to manually approve interacting with the Google Ads API through a Google Cloud app. So that's the current budget for a campaign. I can set the budget to, I don't know, let's say 528 cents. And that's going to update the budget for the campaign. Let's go back here. Here it is. So now we're going to run the ad. So confirm if you confirmed your keywords and ad checks first. That should pass, and then just remind that you set your budget before running the campaign. And then now it's passing the data to the decision making. No, hold on. To the digital marketer AI agent that actually makes the ads, creates the ads. So I'm approving this to actually create the ad, I believe. Just waiting for a response. So what's happening is, again, validating the length again just in case, setting the budget, creating the ad groups with the keywords, and then creating the ads. So create 2 ads right now. Just wait for the response. And it's done. So let's go here and see if the ad's created. Should be in demo campaign. Okay, here are the ads. So these are the ads that are selected from the ad text that we that I selected just now. And then after this ad creation part, so this part isn't fully functional yet because I haven't actually run an ad, but it's an analyst agent. Now this analyst agent's role is to understand how your ad is performing. So for example, conversion tracking. So if you have a form, if someone clicks your ad and you have a tag manager that is keeping track of that, that action, if that makes sense, from clicking the particular ad to go into your form, you can track if that person is a converted lead. I mean, it's not true conversion because you're not tracking if they filled in the form, but you're tracking if they're interacting with your form. So that way you have a better idea of how much you're actually spending for a qualified lead, and understanding the value of your marketing basically. So with this analyst layer, it's going to be an ad performance / command that will just return metrics that you find valuable. It could be the click cost per click. How much are you paying for each click for the ad? And again, the thing I mentioned about tracking how much you're actually paying for an actual lead. And suggested changes are more of, if for example, there's 2 ads and one ad is underperforming massively, the agent will suggest changes. Again, you can intervene manually to either approve those changes or not. But each time you do this, you're creating a knowledge base of, okay, this is good ad text, this is bad ad text. So the next time the market researcher learns how to generate better ads, essentially. That's the long and short of the AI worker. It's currently open for beta testing, is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, I think so. And this is how you can, okay, this is just the site, basically. It should be here. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, nothing fancy. Here it is, and then I have a form for pre-signups. That's going to be pre-signups. Again, just a form, basic, nothing fancy. Here it is. That is the long and short presentation, and thank you.
Dude, that's super cool. I have set up